Hello everybody and welcome to another Booster Explains. In this episode we're going to be talking about Valheim, how to defeat the first boss. Now to start off with, you don't need all that much to defeat this boss. All you really need to defeat it is a good food source to keep your health up, a bow, and it would be very useful to upgrade that bow, some fire arrows and or flint arrows. And as for armor, you don't really need all the best armors in the game to defeat this first boss. All you gotta do is run away, evade his attacks, and you'll be totally fine. But in this video I am gonna show you what kind of armor you can make and what would work the best, as well as how to upgrade these armors and the bow, and how to make these arrows. Now the first boss, Eikthyr, is a deer kind of creature. To even summon it, you are gonna need to shoot some deers and gain deer trophies from them. You'll also get raw meat and deer hide, which you both are gonna need if you follow this tutorial. In the beginning of the game you start off with some basic armor. You're gonna want to throw that away as soon as you get the leather armor that we are gonna be making right now. All you need for leather armor is 6 deer hides a piece. So you need 6 for the tunic, 6 for the pants, and 6 for the helmet, if I'm not mistaken. So you're gonna need at least a total of 18 deer hide to make the full leather armor set. Now once again, you probably don't even need the armor if you just evade the attacks of the first boss, but it is useful to upgrade them just in case you are not capable of evading all of his attacks and making sure you won't die. You're also gonna need a workbench at level 2 to even make the leather armor to start off with. Now making this level 2 workbench ain't that hard. If you want to know how to upgrade the workbench, then I highly recommend looking at my other video, Booster Explains the First Hour in Valheim, and I will link that video in the description down below. That is where I explain the first hour in Valheim, some tips and tricks which we also are going to be talking about in this one. So like I said, you need at least a level 2 workbench to even make the leather armor. I highly advise making it a level 3 so you can upgrade more. To upgrade the crude bow, you're going to need a level 2 workbench, some wood, some leather scraps, and some deer hide, as you can see in the video. To make the leather armor, you're going to need at least 18 deer hides. Now to upgrade the leather armor, you're going to need a workbench level 3, some deer hide, and bone fragments for all the pieces. And to upgrade the crude bow once more, you're gonna need a workbench level 3, some wood, some leather scraps, and more deer hide. All of these ingredients are very easy to come by in the beginning of the game, so you really shouldn't have any problems gathering them. It's only gonna take a little bit of time to actually find the animals to kill and skeletons and whatnot for all the armor and the bow. Now, so we talked about some armor, we talked about the bow. What about the ammo? We're gonna be using fire arrows and flint arrows in this episode. The fire arrows are pretty good, especially because the fire damage does additional damage over time after you shot them. And the flint arrows do more damage in the first hit, but won't do extra damage over time. You can use either of these, it doesn't really matter. Both are pretty powerful, both will have pretty much the same effect on the boss, and both are quite easily obtained. All you need is feathers for both of them, you need some wood, and you need either resin for the fire arrows or flint for the flint head arrows. Now let's talk about the food that you're gonna eat. If you're not familiar with how the food system works in this game, once again I highly recommend watching the video down below in the description. But in this game it's highly recommended to eat 3 types of food to maximize your stamina and your health. Now for this video we're gonna be using some cooked meat, which is easily obtained by killing some deers or boars. You'll get raw meat from them. If you cook it on the cooking station, you'll get the cooked meat. Another type of food we're gonna be using here is the grilled necktail, which once again is very easily obtainable by killing some necks and cooking their tails on the cooking station. And the third food that we're gonna be using is even easier to obtain, but you're gonna have to work for it to find it in the beginning. we're going to be using some honey. Honey is very easily obtained. Once again, you can see all of that in my first video about the first hour in the game. I would recommend having about 5 till 10 of each kind of food in your inventory before the boss fight. The fight isn't that long, so you really don't need that much, but just in case, it's always better to have a little bit more than you need. Now, I highly recommend, if it's gonna be the first time of you trying to defeat this boss, first eat some of the food that you have, so the cooked meat, the grilled necktail and the honey. Before spawning in the boss, I highly recommend eating all of the food first and regenerating the health before spawning them in. So you will start the boss battle with full health, full stamina and whatnot. Now how do you summon the boss? You summon the boss by using 2 deer trophies, which you should already have after killing so many deers for the deer hides. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna put at least 2 of those deer trophies in your hotbar. I, for example, put them on 5, I believe. Put them on my 5th slot. Look at the altar where you can summon him. And press number 5 on my keyboard. And then you will spawn in the boss. Now all you gotta do to kill him is just keep shooting fire arrows, flint head arrows at him. Keep evading his attacks. He does 3 different kinds of attacks, I've noticed. One is he comes up and he slashes you with his antlers. Another one where he stands still, charging electricity and shooting it at you from a distance in a little bit of a straight line. And another one kind of looks the same. He's charging his electricity and then doing an AoE damage kind of attack, where he creates a huge lightning orb around him. Now all of these attacks are pretty easily to evade. Just make sure your stamina's up at all times. Keep eating food if you notice that your health is going down. And just keep shooting him with either the fire or the flint head arrows. And the boss battle should be done within at least 5 minutes. Now you might ask, what am I gonna get from killing this boss? What does it give me? Now it's gonna give you some of the hard antlers, which can be used to create an antler pickaxe, which we're gonna be talking about in another Booster Explains. And it will also give you a trophy of the boss, which you're gonna wanna bring back to the spawn area, hang the trophy on the hook, and then you will be able to receive one of Eikthyrs abilities. The abilities for all the bosses can be activated by pressing the F key on your keyboard. With the Eikthyr Forsaken Power activated, the player will have 60% less stamina drain when running and jumping for 5 minutes. This ability has a cooldown of 20 minutes. If this video was helpful at all, then please remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, click that bell button and set it to all so you don't miss out on any other content. And I hope to see you all in the next Booster Explains.